Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Geo Labs Rank 2 and whether it's worth your time or not to farm it. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to talk about are the keywords. I have two keywords for you guys today. The first keyword is dinner_4_2. All right. However, before we check the rewards, there is the second keyword, and the second keyword is bigger than David. Yes, very interesting word, bigger. But yeah, that's the second keyword. Once you've typed all of that in, then you're going to go to your systems over here. You're going to go to get campaign items and receive item account. And over here, you're going to notice that you've got your NGS headline plus. So that is 2 Rappy Shape Fritters as well as 50 star gems. So make sure to pick that up. And then we also get David Plays over here, which is another 50 star gems as well as 7 Ragdoll memories. So please pick that up as well. Now, it just so happens that today is PSO2 day. So we get another 50 star gems as well as 2 special scratch tickets. So that's 150 star gems right there, right off the bat. And then of course, we do have another 50 star gems for the apology for the ARC's record bug. So that's another 50 star gems, so 200 star gems right there, easy peasy. Now do make sure to consume all of the star gems as they are in ticket form, so you want to make sure that you actually consume it. As for the Rappy Shape Fritters, you might want to consume them today, or at least one of them today, because it does give you a 10% try boost for 24 hours. So I've already consumed 1 Rappy Shape Fritters. You can see I've still got 21 hours left, and I have 89% rare drop rate increase. And the reason for this is because today is PSO2 day, which means we do get the rare drop rate increase by 50% as well as a 20% EXP booster. So it is a very good time to farm for those giant mutants. I'm just going to show you over here how many Dread Keepers I've gotten. You can see here I have 16 Dread Keeper 4s. I was able to obtain this in under 4 hours of just farming Dread enemies as well as the giant mutants. However, keep in mind that the market price for this is crashing extremely quickly right now. I think it bounced back up. It went all the way down to like 30,000 was the lowest I've ever seen it so far. Well, it's because it's very easy to obtain a lot of Dread Keeper 4s because of all of this extra rare drop rate that's going around. So make sure that you do take advantage of this and farm a little bit, because you never know, maybe Dread Keeper 4s might become very useful later down the line, or maybe you're like me and you just like using it in your builds. But now to the main topic at hand, and that is of course, is the Geometric Labyrinth Rank 2 worth it? Personally, I think as long as you're able to achieve the S rank, it is worth it because there are so many rewards that you can obtain. So if we look over here, these are all the notable items that you can get from rank 2 of Geometric Labyrinth. So you got the Neo J weapons, you've got Gunblaze weapons, you got a whole bunch of different weapons over here, including the Ajax armors, which is very nice. But the main thing that a lot of people are farming for, myself included, are going to be the capsules, because you can get Dread Keeper 4s, you can get Gigastats 3s and Gigastat 4s, you can get Ultra Creta 4s, and you get every single Domina. Now the Dominas are not guaranteed, however they drop very often if you are able to obtain S rank. And if you're farming in a group, you don't actually need insane amounts of gear in order to obtain the S rank, because remember, you don't need to push the maximum score possible. You can actually tone down a lot of the multipliers to the bare minimum so that you can obtain the S rank, and I'll be showing you what I personally do in a 4-man group as well as what I do when I run this solo in order to guarantee the S rank so that I can get all of these nice capsules. However, other than all the Dominas, of course, you've got all of the different Soul 4s and yeah, it's just a bunch of really nice capsules. So this is a very good farm, especially if you're a solo player. However, farming this as a group is also extremely efficient and will net you a lot of very useful capsules. However, it doesn't end there. There are some materials over here. So there is arms refiners. So, you know, just regular arms refiners, not arms refiners 2, mind you, but it's not a big deal. Then there are, of course, the camos. So you can actually get the Neo J Almaty, you can get the Obsidian Almaty, and then you can also get 2 accessories over here called the FBP 100. So if we look over here, the FBP 100 Annihilator looks like this little headpiece that you put on your head, and then the alternate version is the B variant where it's a red color instead of a blue color. So it's a nice little head adornment which you can get. So now to talk about what multipliers I personally use. So when running rank 2 over here, when you complete it for the very first time, you actually get 5 Aegis Integras as well as 1 Ajax armors for free. Now this does not matter what your score is as long as you clear it, so you can literally do it with no multipliers, get the B rank, and just peace out. And you'll automatically get your 5 Aegis Integras, which will allow you to pick up a Neo A weapon from the exchange shop, which is very nice. Now, as for the multipliers that I recommend everyone to do, especially if you're in a group, is going to be with enemy max HP 200%, so that gives you an 80% multiplier. The next one is enemy attack increased by 300%, that'll give you another 60% multiplier. Then increase rest assign consumption level 5, and the last one is decrease max carrying limit of sign items level 4. So by having all of these challenge settings turned on, you get a score multiplier of 517.8%. Now, the reason why I like these settings so much, especially when you're in a group, is because you can fail a lot of the side tasks. You only need to complete 7 out of the 12 side tasks, which means you can fail 5 of the optional missions. So usually the optional mission has something like don't die more than 2 times, and a lot of the time people are going to die and you're going to need to revive them, and you automatically fail that mission. So by having such a high score multiplier means you can fail a lot of those missions and still obtain the S rank. Now, by using these settings, there will be some difficulty, because first of all, by having the increased rest assign consumption level 5 means you can only heal once. All right, so everyone in your party will only be able to heal themselves once, and by having the decreased max carry limit of the sign items level 4 means everyone can only revive once as well. So you will need a little bit of practice to get comfortable with the bosses, with the mobs there, so that you can run these settings extremely efficiently. However, once you get used to everything, it becomes very quick and it's very smooth. However, if you want to run it even faster and run it even more efficiently, you can turn down the enemy max HP from 200% down to 25%. When you lower it to 25%, you can see the score multiplier decreases significantly down to 277.5%, but you can still obtain an S rank. However, with these settings, you could only fail 1 side task, which means you need to complete 11 out of 12 of the side tasks, which means you can't just die all the time. So there is a little bit of trade-off by lowering the enemy's max HP. However, by lowering the enemy's max HP means you'll be able to blast through the runs extremely quickly. With max HP plus 25%, you should be able to complete a run in under 5 minutes very easily. However, with enemy max HP at 200%, it'll take about 6 to 7 minutes. So you are saving a minute or 2 per run, and in the big picture, it actually does matter quite a bit. However, it does leave you with less margin of error, because if you fail more than 1 side task, you'll automatically get an A rank, and that greatly affects the quality as well as the amount of loot that you get. So if you are planning to farm the Geometric Labyrinth, you need to make sure that you really strive for that S rank, because that is where all the good stuff is. When you get an A rank, you don't really get that much loot compared to S rank. So for my solo runs, these are the exact settings that I personally use. I use max HP plus 25%, enemy attack plus 300%, as well as rest assign consumption level 5, and the decreased max carry limit of sign items level 4. And you can see over here that my personal best is 2 million points at the moment. Now, another reason why I recommend running the Geometric Labyrinth is because over here in titles, if you go to quest and go to Trinitas right here, there's actually a special title over here called Trinitas High Score Level 8. Once you obtain a total of 200 million points over here, you actually get this mag form for free called the Blanc Cheval, which is a white knight in French, which looks really cool. You know, you get this really cool looking knight with dual swords and a crown on his head, and he looks really badass, and I think this is really cool. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be going for this mag device because it just looks really cool. But do keep in mind, it is 200 million points, but it's a total of 200 million. So, you know, let's say that you get 5 million points per run, you just need to run it a bajillion times and you'll get there eventually. Don't worry about it. So in conclusion, the Geometric Labyrinth Rank 2 is definitely worth your time, especially if you're a solo player that likes to challenge themselves and wants to farm for some endgame capsules. This is a very good way to get a lot of endgame capsules extremely easily and pretty efficiently, because when you run it solo, you can probably clear it in like 5 to 6 minutes. 6 minutes if you're really slow, to be honest. Most people are going to be clearing it in sub 4 minutes after you get into the rhythm and you really try to min-max and try to get everything down to a T. I would not be surprised to see people clearing this in under 3 minutes maybe. But yeah, Geometric Labyrinth is really fun. And if you're more on the casual side, it's perfectly fine to just turn down a couple of those multipliers and just run with a bunch of friends and just have fun. But just remember, you need to aim for the S rank. If you aim for anything below S rank, you really don't get much loot, and the quality of the loot is going to be significantly worse. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!